Summary of Canto 1, Chapter 13. Dhritarashtra quits home. After describing Maharaj Parikshit's birth, Suta Goswami now described the events leading to Maharaj Parikshit's coronation. So first he began to describe about Vidura's return to Hastinapur from his pilgrimage. Vidura had returned to Hastinapur having learned about the ultimate goal of life and the science of self-realization from Maitreya during his pilgrimage. Seeing Vidura return, Maharaj Yudhishthir, Kunti and others hurried to receive him as if regaining their consciousness after a very long time. Vidura was sumptuously fed and given sufficient rest and comfortably seated. Then talks were exchanged. Maharaj Yudhishthir enquired from Vidura. First of all, he recollected the protection that Vidura always gave them. And then he inquired about his travels. He asked him, while traveling, how did you maintain yourself? At which tirthas did you render service? Bhavatvidha bhagavatas tirtha bhuta swayam vibho tirti kurvanti tirtani swantahastena gadabhrata. Devotees like you are holy places personified. You purify the holy places because you carry the Supreme Lord within your heart. The Dwarakavasis are always wrapped in the service of Lord Sri Krishna. You might have seen them or heard about them. Are they all living happy? So, when Vidura was questioned like this, Vidura related everything except some unpleasant news. Vidura was Yamaraj, who, due to a curse, played the part of a Sudra for 100 years. Aryama had temporarily substituted Yama's post during that time. Vidura spoke about the power of unsurmountable time. Knowing that this unsurmountable time is approaching, Vidura now decided to actually enlighten Dhritarashtra. He called his brother, "Dear Rajan, my dear king, please get out. Get out of here immediately. Just see how fearful time is. Time has overtaken you. There is no remedial measure for this. Death cannot be counteracted by anyone. It is the Supreme Lord as Kala who has approached all of us. Everyone dies. Time forces everyone to surrender everything, including wealth, honor, children, land, home, and even one's life. All your relatives have died. Your father, your brother, well-wishers, your sons are all dead. Your body is overtaken by invalidity and you're living in another person's home. You were blind since your birth. Now you have become deaf with shortened memory and loose teeth. Your digestion has become weak. You're coughing up mucus. But how powerful are the hopes of a living being to continue his life? You're living like a household dog taking food from Bhima. There is no need for you to live on the charity of those whom you tried to kill by various methods. Despite your unwillingness to die, you remain alive at the cost of honor here, though you know that death is soon approaching you. An undisturbed person, a dhira, is one who goes to a remote place and gets freed from all obligations and quits his material body when he understands that this body has become useless. Leave for the north. Adopt a path of a dhira before Kali Yuga approaches. Hearing all this, Dhritarashtra was awakened and he left home. The chaste Gandhari followed her husband to the Himalayas. After they left, Yudhishthir discovered their departure. One day, while performing his morning duties, Yudhishthir went to pay his respects to the elders, but he couldn't find his uncles, both Dhritarashtra and Vidura, neither could he find his dear aunt Gandhari. Yudhishthira at that time anxiously asked Sanjaya, "Where did my old and blind uncle Dhritarashtra, my well-wishing uncle Vidura and mother Gandhari go? Did Dhritarashtra and his wife drown themselves in the Ganges? because of my offenses at the death of their sons? I am so ungrateful. When our father Pandu departed, these two uncles protected us from all kinds of calamities. Sanjaya couldn't reply because he himself was completely aggrieved and he was agitated. At that time, Narada Muni arrived, and the Pandavas respectfully welcomed him. Maharaj Yudhishthir asked Narada Muni, I don't know where my two uncles and ascetic aunt have gone. You are like the captain of a ship in a great ocean, and you can direct us to our destination. Then Narada Muni philosophically dispelled Yudhishthir's illusion. He said, everyone is under the Lord's control. A cow is bound by a rope through its nose. Similarly, we human beings are bound by the Vedic injunctions, which are the Supreme Lord's orders. A player sets up and dispels playthings by his own sweet will. Similarly, the Lord brings men together and separates them by his supreme will. Lamentation and separation is only due to illusory affection. Give up your anxiety that you have due to your ignorance. Focus on the Supreme Lord. He is one without a second. Understand his mission. Lord Sri Krishna has now descended on earth as all devouring time to destroy the demons. Patiently follow his plan. Narada reveals the future movements of Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and Vidura. He said, your uncles and aunt have gone to the Himalayas to Saptashrota, a place where the Ganges was divided into 7 for the satisfaction of the Saptarishis. There, Dhritarashtra is now engaged in Ashtanga Yoga. Dhritarashtra will soon merge into the Supreme Being. 5 days from now, Dhritarashtra will give up his body by his own mystic power and it will turn into ashes. The chaste Gandhari will undergo sati rites in the fire of her husband's body together with the hut. Vidura will go on pilgrimage after seeing Dhritarashtra and Gandhari quitting their body. Saying this, Narada Muni ascended. Maharaj Yudhishthir kept his instructions in his heart and was freed from all lamentation. Hare Krishna.